Hello all, welcome to In the News Show. On this show, we take top 5 news from Google News and we show them to you. Let's get into the news. Cyclone Debbie, monster storm makes landfall in Australia. A powerful cyclone carrying winds of up to 263 km per hour has made landfall in Queensland, Australia. Cyclone Debbie, a Category 4 storm, has left at least 45,000 homes without power and damaged buildings, although it is too early to say how many. PM Malcolm Turnbull told Parliament he had activated a disaster response plan. More than 25,000 people were urged to evacuate their homes ahead of predictions the cyclone would be Queensland's most damaging since 2011. The system is expected to remain for several hours after crossing the coast between Bowen and Airlie Beach. Electricity providers said it was not known when power would be restored to houses. We're getting reports of roofs starting to lift, even in some of our own facilities in the Whitsundays, said Queensland Police Deputy Commissioner Steve Golszewski. One person in the region compared the winds to freight trains coming through left and right. The trees are going wild. The place is just shaking continuously, the man, identified only as Charlie, told the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. House Democrats ask Devin Nunes to recuse himself from Russia inquiry. Top House Democrats on Monday called on the Republican chairman of the House Intelligence Committee to recuse himself from the panel's investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election, thrusting the entire inquiry into jeopardy amid what they described as mounting evidence he was too close to President Trump to be impartial. The demands followed revelations that the committee's chairman, Representative Devin Nunes of California, had met on White House grounds with a source who showed him secret American intelligence reports. The reports, Mr. Nunes said last week, showed that Mr. Trump or his closest associates may have been incidentally swept up in foreign surveillance by American spy agencies. The new revelation that the information actually came from a meeting held on the grounds of the White House intensified questions about what prompted Mr. Nunes to make the claim about the intelligence gathering and who gave him the information. Representatives Adam B. Schiff of California, the committee's top Democrat, and Nancy Pelosi of California, the House Democratic leader, suggested that Mr. Nunes, who served on the Trump transition team, was simply too close to the White House to run an independent, thorough inquiry. The House Intelligence Committee is running one of the 3 investigations into Russian interference in the election and possible ties between Trump associates and Russia. The Senate Intelligence Committee is running its own inquiry, and the FBI has carried out a broad counterintelligence investigation since July. Trump moves decisively to wipe out Obama's climate change record. President Trump will take the most significant step yet in obliterating his predecessor's environmental record Tuesday, instructing federal regulators to rewrite key rules curbing U.S. carbon emissions. The sweeping executive order also seeks to lift a moratorium on federal coal leasing and remove the requirement that federal officials consider the impact of climate change when making decisions. The order sends an unmistakable signal that just as President Barack Obama sought to weave climate considerations into every aspect of the federal government, Trump is hoping to rip that approach out by its roots. This policy is in keeping with President Trump's desire to make the United States energy independent, said a senior administration official who briefed reporters on the directive Monday evening and asked for anonymity to speak in advance of the announcement. When it comes to climate change, we want to take our course and do it in our own form and fashion. Democrats will work with Republicans on their own terms. After Republicans suffered a stunning loss last week in their effort to repeal and replace Obamacare, Democrats say they are willing to work with Republicans on health care and tax reform, but only if President Donald Trump and leaders in Congress adapt their agenda and invite Democrats to work with them in the process. If we can get Republicans to work with us to improve the Affordable Care Act in the sense that we cover more people and keep costs down, I think that will work, but that is what it has to be. Rep. Frank Pallone, the ranking member of the House Energy and Commerce Committee, told CNN Monday. Republican efforts to repeal Obamacare were always intended to be a partisan exercise. No Democrat was going to vote to gut former President Barack Obama's signature achievement, but after Republican infighting sunk the party's 7-year campaign promise to repeal the Affordable Care Act Friday, Democrats feel emboldened to stay true to their own values and force Republican leaders to come to them if Republican leaders want to pass big-ticket items and check off some of Trump's legislative goals. Asked if Republicans had indefinitely poisoned the welfare, tax reform or infrastructure. Both agenda items Trump has said he'd like to tackle. Feinstein said not necessarily if it's done right. On Monday afternoon, Ohio Governor John Kasich and moderate Republican Rep. Charlie Dent, who'd pledged to vote against GOP leadership's health care bill last week, held a press conference urging Republicans to work with Democrats in order to squeeze out the extreme factions on both sides of the political divide. Younger Rockville high rape suspect also contends sexual contact was consensual. Attorneys for one of the two suspects accused of raping a 14-year-old girl in a bathroom stall at Rockville High School said the girl texted their client the day before the incident and agreed to have sex with him, according to court papers filed Monday. The girl also texted explicitly compromising images of herself to him, the attorneys asserted in the court filing. This was a consensual act. It was pre-planned, said David Wharton, an attorney for Jose Montano, 17. Wharton's comments echo those made last week by an attorney for the other suspect in the case, Henry Sanchez Millian, 18. All parties were willing participants, that attorney Andrew Jezik said again Monday. The court filing Monday, in which Wharton and defense attorney Maria Mina asked for a court hearing to have the terms of Montano's bond reviewed, has the potential to add even more controversy to a case that already has been marked by it, owing to the suspect's status as newly arrived illegal immigrants. Many parents in Montgomery County have questioned what the school system knew about the teenagers before enrolling them at Rockville High, and the case has gained national attention in the debate on illegal immigration. Even if there were such communications made between the girl and one of the suspects, the criminal case would hinge on whether the girl agreed at the time to have sex in a bathroom stall with two people or whether she was attacked. Captain James Humphreys, commander of the Montgomery Police Department's Special Victims Investigation Unit, which is handling the case, said he stands by the investigation's findings. The events were horrible. They were not consensual, he said. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.